Hello friends, this is Ananya Pal. I am back again with another piece of history. When was Mahabharata written? Have you ever thought of it? I have lately, and I am planning to decide that, planning to zero down on the period in this video. It is said in Puran that Mahabharata was written during Dwapar period, which is 5000 years ago, that is 3000 BCE. But that's obviously not possible because the kingdoms mentioned in Mahabharata did not exist during that period. There is a saying that whatever is not written in Mahabharata could not have existed in Bharat too. It is so correctly said, as Mahabharata, the great epic of India, depicted such illustrious plot and subplots, with each and every character portrayed with varied layers and intriguing dimensions. I doubt whether there is any other epic in this world which reflected the society, their people, and the greater philosophy of life so astutely, while weaving a thrilling story around it. The most important kingdoms mentioned in Mahabharata, of course, other than Hastinapur and Indraprastha, were Gandhar and Madra. Gandhar was located between Kabul river in the west and Indus river in the east, with its capital as Pushkalavati or modern day Peshawar. Madra was spread across the plain between Ravi and Chenab river. Its capital was Sakala, modern day Sialkot. None of these kingdoms existed before 600 BCE. The first ever mention of Madra was in Panini's Ashtadhyayi, which was written around 6th to 5th century BCE. The Madra kingdom was known for breeding very fine quality of horses, and the soldiers were considered to be the best of the horsemen. It is known in history that Madra army used to be often hired by other kings to fight in the battle on behalf of them. In Mahabharata, during the Kurukshetra war, when the war was about to begin, King Shalya of Madra, who was maternal uncle of Sahadev and Nakul, he was with an intention to join the Pandavas. He proceeded towards Kurukshetra battlefield to join the camp of Pandavas, but before he could reach them, he was intercepted by the people of Kauravas. Initially, he could not understand the identity of the people, and they showed them great hospitality, and he and his army great hospitality, provided them with camps, food, and then Duryodhan came and paid money to the soldiers. By then, Shalya came to know about the identity, of course, of the people, because Duryodhan himself came. But out of obligation, since he provided for all the things and paid his army, Shalya felt obligated to join Kauravas, and finally he fought the Kurukshetra war on behalf of Kauravas. So this fact also support that historical evidence that Madra armies used to get hired to fight in the battlefield. So, from this we can at least narrow down the period of Mahabharata and can say that Mahabharata was not written before 600 BCE. Moreover, in Mahabharata, both Shalya and Madri, the princess of Madra kingdom, were referred as Ballik. That means they were of Bactria origin. Interestingly, the Bactria tribe ruled in India during the period 2nd century BCE to 2nd century Common Era. So, that kind of gives a hint about the period. There is another point. The Niyoga Pratha, or the custom of begetting progeny, was mentioned in Manusmriti to be introduced in the society as a custom given certain circumstances. Manusmriti was written during the period of 2nd century BCE to 3rd century Common Era. And we all know that in Mahabharata, Niyoga Pratha was introduced. Yudhishthir, Pandu and Vidur, all three of them were born out of Niyoga Pratha. So, now we can safely narrow down the period further to 2nd century BCE to 2nd century Common Era. Jarasandha, the king of Magad, as he was mentioned in Mahabharata, was a mighty king, but he was not as powerful as to spread his kingdom beyond the eastern Gangetic plain, unlike Mauryan dynasty or Shungas, who ruled Magad. And Jarasandha ruled his empire from his capital Giriraj. But Magadha and Shungas, they all ruled from the capital Pataliputra. Jarasandha in Mahabharata, he attacked Mathura a number of times, and because of that Krishna had to shift his kingdom to Dwarka. Even then, he was so disturbed by the aggression of Jarasandha that he had to actually plan his killing, and he motivated Pandavas to do so. The Satvahana dynasty, who were based in modern time Andhra region, they were ruling Magad during 1st century CE to 3rd century CE Common Era. They ruled Magad from their capitals Amaravati, Junar and Benkatak. All these places were in the region of modern day Nasik. They did not rule from Magad, but they did not rule from Pataliputra, but Pataliputra was the capital of Magad right from 5th century BCE, when Ajatashatru was the king, till the Kanwa dynasty, who succeeded Shungas. So Satavahanas were the first one who ruled not from Pataliputra but from elsewhere. The most illustrious king of Satavahanas were Gautami Putra Satkarni. Satkarni, from the inscriptions we know that Satkarni subjugated kingdoms like Anupa, Asmika, Saurashtra, East and West Malwa, which was ruled by Kshatrapas or Shakas, and Yavana kingdoms. Yavana means the Indo-Greek tribe of people. In Mahabharata also there were mentions of the kingdoms like Anupa, Ashmika, Shaka, Yavana kingdoms. Gautami Putra ruled in the 1st century Common Era, and he was contemporary to the Kushan dynasty, who were ruling north and northwestern kingdoms of India at that time. Now I will refer to the then Indian map when Kushanas were ruling to explain the political backdrop of that period, which had uncanny similarity with Mahabharata. So this is the Indian map during Kushan Empire. So you can see this is the Kushan Empire who ruled the north and northwest kingdoms of India, and in this map the starred cities are indicated as the capital cities. Mathura, Peshawar, Bargam and Takshashila, they are starred here. That means they were capital cities. Mathura and Peshawar were winter and summer capital respectively of Kushan Empire. Bargam and Takshashila were capitals of Gandhar. But you can see here that Pataliputra is not starred. So Pataliputra was not a capital at that time. So this was the area where was the Gandhar region, Gandhar kingdom, and this was the place where Madra kingdom was there. And we can see Indraprastha in the north of Mathura, which is around the place where the modern day Delhi is. The Satavahanas ruled Magad and also the northern Deccan plateau and part of Gujarat. So that kind of explains the political background. From all these clues, I have come to the conclusion that Mahabharata was written during 1st to 2nd century Common Era. Even in the Puran, it was mentioned that Mahabharata was written after Ramayana, and Ram and Krishna were the 7th and 8th incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So if I go by that logic also, as I have mentioned in my earlier video that I have reasoned about the fact that Ramayana was written from 2nd century to 1st century BCE. So if I go by the logic of Puran, then also it comes to the point that Mahabharata was written during the early Common Era. That was my perspective about it. I don't know whether you find it logical enough, but you agree or not. If you have liked the video, I will be very pleased if you can leave some feedback in the comment section. That will give me some more perspective. It will allow me to learn further. Hope to meet you again. Bye.